All right, Scotty, knocking off the number 17 team at home on senior night. Just kind of a lot of emotions, obviously, but we'll start with the gym meet. And what'd you see out of the girls tonight?
I loved what I saw out of them tonight. That was a fantastic meet. The girls put it really, they looked awesome, and it was good to get our seniors in those lineups. And in all actuality, we kind of had to do that because Hannah Nip was not feeling well. She was a little bit dizzy and stuff before the meet, so we just had to, we pulled her, and she's a 9'9" athlete on beam and floor. She's fantastic. So it was nice to be able to put Karen back in there, and I wouldn't have wanted anybody else in that anchor position. She is so good and consistent. So it was nice to see her do that. Cameron Bear on beam. It was good to put her back in on beam. And, I thought the girls did such a fantastic job tonight. We left some gymnastics out there with the landings and stuff on beam. Last week, we didn't take a step, and this week we were taking steps everywhere. And then what happened on floor was one of the coolest things ever. Carly McLean, the level 10 national floor champion and the all-around level 10 national all-around champion, she fell on floor, and she doesn't do that. And to see that team rally, particularly without Hannah Nip, who scored a 9'9" the week before, was fantastic. It was good to see Maddie McBride and Autumn Jorgensen back in on floor. That kid can bring it on that event.
Back-to-back meets now where the kind of much different vibe. Talking to you after this meet, seems like you're much happier than we were the month before these last two meets. What's been the biggest difference between these last two meets and pretty much the whole month before them?
The girls are so much more relaxed now. Our freshmen have kind of gotten their feet wet in college meets. There had to have been over 4,000 people in that crowd. 4,500. It was fantastic, and it was loud and energetic, and I think that really helps the girls now. And at first, I think it kind of made them a little nervous. So it's nice to see them make those adjustments.
And then we'll just talk about your seniors. We'll start with Cam. Just kind of what has Cam meant to this program.
Cameron Bear has been a captain and a leader on this program since the day she started here. She's one of the most incredible people I've ever met. She's a incredible student. I don't think she's ever gotten an A- in her entire life. And she just leads by example, and completely altruistic approach to gymnastics is amazing. She's just one of the best people I've ever coached.
Well, Karen Gonzalez, I know you had to convince her a little bit to come back for this year.
I begged Karen to come back this year, and it has been just the funnest year to coach that child. She, that woman, I guess, she's, last semester she couldn't train with the team because she was in the teaching block. So she worked from 7:30 in the morning to 4 o'clock every day. So she'd have to come in on her own, and it was fun to get to know her again because we did that a little bit her sophomore year. But she really looked fantastic, and it was so good to put her on 3 events, and she can go on vault anytime we need her. But she's been nursing an ankle the last month, and finally it was starting to feel a little bit better. And
then you were also able to honor Madison Hallett tonight, who had to medically retire before the season.
Madison Hallett retiring because of an injury was one of the hardest things, because that young lady worked so hard on this team, and she's been just such a part of this program for the last 2-3 years, and it was right to do that for Maddie. She's amazing.
Obviously there's all these emotions, but looking forward, you have an entire month, maybe 6 weeks, including regionals, of road gymnastics ahead of you.
Yeah,
What's the game plan moving forward?
Hit our gymnastics. Get Nip back in those lineups, start pushing harder in the gym a little bit, and start building up into regionals. But they look fantastic. They're doing everything that we ask of them every day. And it's kind of ironic too, because our practice yesterday was really pretty rough, and I had to get on the whole team a little bit. But they came in today, they were ready to go. And it was good to be able to move people in and out of those lineups and not even worry about it. It was nice.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Scotty.
Thanks.
All right, Karen. Second senior night. How was the second one?
This time was... I could believe that it was my senior night. The year before, it didn't feel like it was my last year. Like, I probably knew it deep down. And this was amazing. I'm so happy that our team got together at the end and just united and did what we just know how to do. That was just so fun ending off the floor rotation.
Scotty always tells me he begged you to come back. What were those conversations with him like?
So he asked me, and I immediately felt so happy, like it was meant to be. And then a week later or something, I was like, I can't do it. I'm ready to move on. Like, I just want to keep going with my life. I'm done with being a gymnast. It was fun. And then I told him, I was like, Scott, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. And then he would say, wait, no, hold on. Like, you're going to regret it if you don't do it. And I thought about it. I'm like, I'm not going to regret it. And then it was more beneficial for me the 5th year. Like, it helped me out because I did do student teaching. But I am so happy that I did it. I'm just so happy that I didn't not take it.
How has it been being a senior leader on this team where kind of when you look down the lineups, there's just so much youth across the board? How has that been for you?
This year's actually been a little different. Like, it's almost like the pressure's more on because everyone is intense. Like, you know people are going to hit. So the youth almost doesn't matter. It makes it almost more competitive, and it's so hard to get in the lineups. So I guess it's more competitive this year, even though there's a lot of freshmen competing.
Obviously, the emotions of senior night, but looking forward, you guys have a month of road gymnastics ahead of you leading up to conference and regionals.
Yeah.
Kind of where's your mindset at as far as that goes?
I think that's the reason why I wasn't super emotional today was because I knew we still have a lot of meets left, and I'm kind of a little bit excited because I feel like I've never just gone boom, 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 away, and I think it's gonna be a little fun, just like traveling, and then there's one time where we go travel right away, and I'm just kind of excited. I feel like we're just gonna keep getting better and better.
Obviously, a great crowd out there tonight.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Best crowd since Utah a couple of years ago. Just what has competing here at home meant to you over the last 5 years?
I literally, right after I went on beam, I don't know who I told, but I said, there's no meets like this. Like, there's no meets like this. This is like, even Utah, like, they get really big crowds. This one's just like a little nest, and everyone's just there, and it's super close and personal, and I am so happy that I came here to this school because it's unreal. Like, no other school gets crowds like that. It's amazing.
Perfect. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, guys.